Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Before we begin the video, please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. How Smashing Machine Could Change The Rock's WWE Narrative. Former WWE head writer Vince Russo recently spoke about AJ Styles and Dragon Lee winning the tag team championships. They defeated the Judgment Day on Raw. Judgment Day member Dominic Mysterio fell into a trap when he inadvertently set up his team members Finn Balor and JD McDonagh for a title defense. The two stars faced off against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee this week for the World Tag Titles. The explosive showdown ended when AJ hit the Styles Clash on Finn Balor for a historic win. On a recent episode of Legion of Raw, Russo mentioned that Balor and McDonagh had the titles for months and were doing absolutely nothing with them. However, he was not convinced of how successful Styles and Lee would be as a tag team. He recalled the golden era of wrestling, where rosters were stacked with talent who were originally tag teams. The veteran writer felt currently, WWE just puts two random individuals together to form a team, and they separate as soon as their run is over. My god bro, they were on the Judgment Day for so long, and they meant absolutely nothing. Those guys mean absolutely nothing, he continued. I don't know about AJ and Dragon Lee as a team. Come on man, we were around in an era where tag teams were tag teams. The Hart Foundation, the British Bulldogs, I can go back to the Valiant Brothers, Legion of Doom, the Rockers. Now it's just two guys, we put them together and it just doesn't mean anything else. Pretty is a WWE news writer for Sportskeeda Wrestling who started watching wrestling in the later part of the Attitude Era. Although he holds a bachelor's degree in engineering, Pretty was a creative writer for his college, and his flair for creativity and love of pro wrestling eventually led him to the journalism field. After an initial stint in 2016 to 2017, he has been writing regularly for Sportskeeda since 2021. As someone who loves and respects the business, he prides himself on factual, clean, and ethical reporting, free of plagiarism and AI usage. One of the ways he ensures this is by transcribing videos that he reports on. Pretty had the privilege of interviewing superstar Matt Hardy in his career so far. Although his favorite wrestler is CM Punk, as he relates to his straight-edge philosophy. When he is not reporting news, he loves reading and collecting WWE action figures. He currently owns over 500 wrestling figures and merchandise. WWE veteran doubts AJ Styles and Dragon Lee's long-term success as tag team champions. Exclusive WWE fans around the world were thrilled when AJ Styles and Dragon Lee captured the WWE Tag Team Championships in a stunning display of athleticism and chemistry, marking an unexpected yet exciting alliance between two of the most dynamic stars in professional wrestling today. However, not everyone within the wrestling community shares the same optimism about their reign. In an exclusive conversation with a wrestling veteran, doubts have been raised regarding whether this partnership between Styles and Lee has the staying power to thrive in WWE's competitive tag team division. The veteran, who has spent decades analyzing in-ring psychology and tag team dynamics, expressed skepticism about the duo's long-term potential. According to him, while AJ Styles and Dragon Lee are undeniably gifted performers, their alignment feels more like a short-term experiment than a sustainable championship team built to endure the inevitable trials of WWE's evolving landscape. AJ Styles is one of the best to ever do it, and Dragon Lee is an incredible talent with a bright future ahead. But as a team, I don't see them lasting long, the veteran remarked. It's not about their skills. It's about chemistry, story, and continuity. WWE has a history of pairing top singles stars together to create temporary excitement, but that formula rarely lasts. The skepticism is not without merit. Over the years, WWE fans have seen numerous star-studded duos form under similar circumstances. Teams like Randy Orton and Riddle, RK-Bro, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, or even Shawn Michaels and John Cena all started strong but eventually imploded due to creative direction or personal ambition. For the veteran, the same risk applies here. He believes that the creative decision to team Styles with Lee could be a strategy to keep both men relevant, while WWE reshuffles its singles landscape following the post-SummerSlam roster adjustments. AJ Styles, who has long been established as one of WWE's most reliable veterans, was reportedly in need of a fresh direction after his feuds on SmackDown began to stagnate. Dragon Lee, on the other hand, has been viewed as one of the company's fastest-rising stars from NXT and the Lucha Libre scene. Their pairing was seen as a way to bridge experience with innovation, allowing both men to benefit from each other's strengths. But as the veteran pointed out, the challenge lies not in their talent, but in how WWE handles their booking. You can't just throw two talented people together and expect magic forever. The audience needs a reason to invest in them. Are they just partners out of convenience, or do they share a common goal? WWE needs to answer that question fast, or fans will lose interest, he said. Indeed, tag team storytelling in WWE has often relied on emotional bonds, shared struggles, or long-term narratives that elevate both members beyond mere alignment. In contrast, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee's partnership, while visually exciting, lacks a foundational story that defines why they're better together than apart. The veteran went further to compare their current run to past WWE tag teams who succeeded against the odds, such as the Usos, the New Day, and the Street Profits, teams built on loyalty, personality, and long-term development. What makes teams like the Usos or the New Day special is that they're family or brothers in arms. They grew together. Styles and Lee are more like two singles stars thrown together. Unless WWE plans to build a deeper connection between them, I don't see this lasting beyond a few months, he analyzed. Fans online have been vocal too. While many praised the breathtaking matches that Styles and Lee have delivered since becoming champions, others echoed the veteran's sentiment, suggesting that the team feels like a creative placeholder rather than a long-term investment. Some have even speculated that the eventual breakup could set up a high-profile feud between the two, with Dragon Lee turning heel against his mentor-like partner. Such a storyline could indeed provide both men with renewed momentum in singles competition. AJ Styles has often excelled in mentor roles, previously helping talents like Omos gain exposure, and a split could allow Dragon Lee to solidify himself as a major name on his own. But until then, the current reign may serve as a transitional phase for the tag team division. Another interesting element is WWE's current focus on elevating its tag team scene across both Raw and SmackDown. With the Judgment Day DIY and the Creed brothers all chasing championship gold, the division has never been more competitive. As the veteran suggested, the tag division right now is packed. You got real teams who live and breathe tag wrestling. Styles and Lee can hang with anyone in the ring, but can they outlast these dedicated teams week after week? That's where the difference lies. Beyond the in-ring aspect, another key concern is how WWE's creative team will manage their schedule. AJ Styles is a well-traveled veteran whose career longevity has occasionally been limited by injuries, while Dragon Lee, though younger, works an explosive style that can be physically demanding. Sustaining their momentum will require careful booking to prevent burnout or injury. There's also the looming possibility that WWE could use their success to drive a larger narrative involving internal conflict, especially if ego, ambition, or differing visions for their partnership come into play. Tag team champions often face the real test when things start going wrong. One loss, one miscommunication, and the cracks begin to show. I wouldn't be surprised if WWE plants seeds of tension soon, the veteran hinted. From a fan perspective, though, there's plenty to celebrate for now. AJ Styles' resurgence and Dragon Lee's mainstream recognition are both positives for WWE's global reach, particularly in markets like Mexico and Japan, where both have strong fan bases. Their matches have been nothing short of spectacular, blending high-flying precision with seasoned technical mastery. Still, the underlying question remains, can WWE sustain this momentum and turn a short-term alliance into something truly memorable? The veteran believes it depends entirely on whether WWE commits to developing their characters as a team, not just as two stars sharing titles. If they're serious about building them, give them a shared goal, a name, a real identity. Let fans connect with them emotionally, not just through great matches, he advised.